All right, my friends, we've been talking about Midlands Gives Day all morning, and it's highlighting nonprofits across the region that are building stronger communities. And one of the organizations that is literally doing that is Habitat for Humanity. Through volunteer-driven construction and home ownership programs, Habitat helps families achieve safe, affordable housing and long-term stability. And joining us now is Steve Davis with Habitat for Humanity to talk about the organization's mission, the impact of Midlands Gives, and how the community can help support build more than just houses across the Midlands, because this is really building incredible lives. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, so for folks who have said, you know what, I've heard of Habitat, but I don't know exactly what they do. Tell us a little bit more about the nonprofit.
Here in Columbia, we've actually just celebrated our 40th anniversary.
Yes.
In that period of time, we've built between Richland and Lexington counties 291 homes. And probably the biggest impact out of the 291 homes, 111 of them have actually paid off their mortgage. So, you know, it's everything that they give, any donation given goes straight to the house. It's not, you're not paying my salary, you're not paying our salaries, you're paying for the wood, the windows, the doors, the siding, anything that goes in the house. Every bit of what's given as a donation to Midlands Give to our Habitat does go all to the houses.
Absolutely. And one of the things I want to talk about is we heard the numbers, but you get to see that these numbers represent real people with real stories and real families. Talk about the impact that these homes that you've seen have had on families in our community.
Well, what's great about it, the way we do it with Habitat, is the homeowner actually works on their houses. So it gives them a little bit of the knowledge of what's involved in their houses, and they actually work on other people's houses as they're waiting to be accepted for their house. And I think it makes them appreciate the home a little bit more. But you know, when you hand that key over and you see the happiness in their face, it says it all.
Absolutely. And I think too, I think one of the misconceptions is that Habitat gives out free homes, and that's not the case at all. The families that receive the homes, the homeowners, they go through classes to learn about how to, balance budgets. They help with the building of the house. I mean, it is such a beautiful program that teaches them so that way they can continue that home ownership, because they do have to, they have those monthly payments. So let's also talk about Habitat Restore as well, because we have Habitat building houses, but we also have Habitat Restore.
Yeah, we do have our Restore, and it's actually over there on the Augusta Highway.
Yes.
We like to say it's right across from Lowe's. But yeah, it's a really cool store. It gets all kind of donations from people where they may have changed out their windows and they give us their windows, or they may have had a door that didn't fit. And it's a really cool place if you're renovating your house and you kind of want to get that old style going. There's a lot of stuff for that kind of thing, and you can find just about anything from books to building materials, all kind of stuff in our Restore. But everything that goes to Restore, in turn, again, goes into our houses. So.
Absolutely. And we know building houses is expensive, y'all. It is very expensive. So that's why we need the donations and we need your support at Restore as well. Another question that I have has to deal with how the houses are built, because I know a lot of people say, I'd love to volunteer for Habitat, but I don't have any construction experience. Okay, my friends, here's the good news. Don't let that stop you.
40 years ago, I didn't either. I was a volunteer at Habitat, and I learned that I actually liked doing it, and I did it for quite a few years, and then actually took it as a job. So when you go out on a job site, you don't have to have experience. That's our job, to teach you what you want to do and everything. But you're going to be building. You may be standing walls one day. You may be painting one day. It's no telling what you're going to do. You may just be moving dirt around when you get there. It's it's the cool thing about Habitat. You can do just about anything. But we don't need that experience. That's our job. We have the experience. It's our job to show you what to do and teach you how to do it and let you have a good time doing it. And it is a good feeling. Like I said, I was a volunteer, and And it's what made me want to actually take it on as a job. It's fun.
I love that. And two, and we can't stress enough that the homes that are being built, those are homes that go to our community, in our community, impacting families in our community. So Steve, talk to me a little bit more about why Midlands Gives Day is so important, why people, when they go through that list of nonprofits, we want to make sure that Habitat is the one that they are checking off.
Yeah, because like I said, everything that you give is going back into the houses. And we build in Richland and Lexington County, which is Columbia and Lexington and Irmo, Casey and all that. We just got through building in Casey, and we're about to start building off of in Columbia area. But everything you give does help with the house, so it's very important. We can't, we're a nonprofit, so every penny that we're given helps to build that house. Without donations, without everybody's generosity, we wouldn't be able to build. So we have to have it, and that's why it's so important, like to have Midlands Gives, where the donations go in and help us to build the houses.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I love about donations that go to Habitat for Humanity is you are making a generational impact, because think about the fact that the money that you are giving is helping someone have a home, and that is building generational wealth. Maybe you're changing a family's trajectory. Maybe this is the first time a family has been able to experience home ownership in their family line. Maybe, this is a situation where now their kids know that they can, be homeowners one day too. And so the impact of your dollar is really generational when it comes to Habitat for Humanity. And one of the reasons why I love it. Do you have a personal story or a favorite story of your time with Habitat?
Well, gosh, when you've been
doing
it for
difficult, yes.
20 plus years, it's really hard, and you meet such neat people, and you watch the kids grow up, and you might be out there one day and the kid's out there helping paint because he's not old enough to swing a hammer, but then later on you see where he graduated, and is moving on to college. Those are the things that are important. And then we even have homes where the person has passed away and the child took over the home and continue to live in the home. And that's what we want to do. We want to build forever homes.
Yes.
We want them to live in them forever. So it's hard to pick any one thing, but it's just like, again, seeing the little ones out there working on their house and then growing up and moving on and going to college and all, and that's what we want.
That is so beautiful. That was perfect. That was literally perfect, Steve. All right, my friends, so you have heard about Habitat for Humanity and the way that it's not only impacting our community, but the families in our area. For some of them, they may have never thought that they could reach home ownership, and Habitat for Humanity is making a difference, a generational difference. So if this is an organization that you are interested in giving to this Midlands Day or this Midlands Gives Day, make sure go to midlandsgives.org. You've been seeing the website behind us is up there on your screen right now. You can click on Find a Cause. Just go down to Habitat for Humanity, Central South Carolina. That's the one you want to click again. So it's Habitat for Humanity, Central South Carolina, my friends. Steve, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. And if you can't give today, that's okay. If you got to wait till payday next Friday, that's fine, my friends, because Habitat for Humanity always accepting generous donations and also always looking for volunteers. It's a great way to give back, maybe with your church group or your family or a group of friends or your coworkers. So you can be a philanthropist with Habitat, not just by giving, but also by putting in that sweat equity.
Yes.
All right, my friends, we're going to put this interview on our website, WLTX.com, so you can check it out later. But again, my friends, midlandsgives.org. Find the nonprofit that you love. And if Habitat for Humanity is it, make sure you click the Central South Carolina location. All right, we'll be right back. Thank you so much.
Thank you.